Hello guys and welcome to another video on DJ Vlogs. Now today the Now review returns and I'm going to be reviewing Now 100 Hits 70s. Now this album was released just over a week ago, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing it. I review the cover, review the disc artwork, and also check out the track list. Now first off, the cover. Now I really do like this cover. I like the text font they've gone for. I think it looks really good. Of course where it says Now, the shade of colour changes from like a red to an orange and then into sort of a yellow at the top of the word of the letter W. I think it looks really good. And of course the stars around the outside look amazing as well. And also if you look here, there's kind of like a sort of a light sort of shine that's going from where it says, where you've got the stars, and where it says 70s, there's a shine going off, which it looks really good, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best covers of the Now 100 Hits series. Let's move on to and check out the discs. So this album is 5 discs, as it says in the cover. There was 5 discs in here, and I'll go through all the discs now. So here is disc 1. If you look, it's a very strong yellow shade. I do like that. I believe each colour disc is supposed to go ever so darker, so like one's yellow and then it goes into a darker orange, I believe, but this is, of course, is disc 1. A very strong yellow colour, tight at the top, and it says disc 1 there with the stars there. I believe the stars are supposed to be a thing that stays throughout all discs, which I think is really good, but I definitely like disc 1. I think it looks really good. So here is disc 2. I really like this. Again, it's a shade of yellow, but this time it's slightly darker. Not much. There's literally a tiny shade darker, but it still is yellow, of course, and it says disc 2 there with the title there. And the stars, which I believe are in the exact same place as disc 1. I don't know why they do this. I thought they might have moved them around or added something else to it, but I still do quite like it. I definitely like this design on the disc. I think it looks really good. So here is disc 3. Again, this time it's more of an orange shade. It's ever so slightly darker, not much, as these go a tiny bit darker, but I still do like it, as it says there, disc 3, and the title at the top. Again, the stars stay in the same place, they don't move, but I quite like that, and it's looking like a recurring thing for all the discs on here. So this time disc 4 is a slightly darker shade of orange. If you actually tilt it and look at it in the light, it is kind of darker than the rest of the discs, which again I do quite like. It says disc 4 there, and of course the title at the top like the rest of them. The stars, again, it's a recurring thing throughout of course the first 4. I'm guessing it's going to stay with the last disc, who knows. I just really do like this kind of like background going from the yellow into ever so slightly more orange. I think it looks really good. So here is disc 5. Now if you actually look at disc 5, it's more, if you actually tilt it to an angle and look at it without the light showing onto it, it's more of a red colour, which I do quite like. I'm expecting this to be an orange colour, but it's kind of red. Most of it is orange, but it is a kind of a very light shade of red, which I do like. I think that looks really nice throughout the discs. Again, stars stay there as well, and the title is at the top. Of course, I think this time the stars may have moved. If you actually look at the discs, I believe the star before, there was 1 star this side and 2 stars this side. Again, I still do quite like this. It would have been nice for them to add something else to it. Maybe, I'm not too sure, but maybe just something else that was a 70s theme on the disc. I think it would have made it look quite nice, but again, they still do look very nice. Now moving on to the track list, and of course, as it says on the cover, there's 100 hits on this album. Now you have the full track list on the back, disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, 4 and 5, but if you actually open up the cover, you can see individually, like here you've got disc 1, and you can see it more clearly than having to look on the back. So I'm just gonna sort of go through a couple of the songs that are on here. Disc 1, you've got songs by Queen. So you've got Killer Queen by Queen, of course. You've got Heart of Glass by Blondie. You've got Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind and Fire. You've got December 1963 by The Four Seasons. You've got Piano Man by Billy Joel. You've got Annie's Song by John Dever. You've got Band of Gold by Freda Payne. And ending on disc 1, you have got I'm Not in Love by 10cc. Moving on now to the second disc, and you start off with Instant Karma by John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band. You've also got Lady Marmalade by LaBelle. You've got I Used to Love by Tino Charles. You've got Me and Mrs. Jones by Billy Paul. Liquidator by Harry J. All-Stars. Just Give Me a Little Bit More Time by the Chairman of the Board. You've got That's the Way I Like It by Casey and the Sunshine Band. Boogie Nights by Heatwave. Loving You by Minnie Ripton ends disc 2. Moving on now to disc 3, you start off with Fernando by ABBA. You've got Without You by Harry Nilsson. You've got Cold as Ice by Foreigner. So Rat Town by the Boomtown Rats. You've got Handbags and Glad Rags by Rod Stewart. You've got Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks, and ending disc 3 you have All By Myself by Eric Carmen. Moving on now to disc 4, and you start with My Best Friend's Girl by The Cars. You've got Dance Away by Roxy Music, Pop Music by M, Down Down by Status Quo, Pearls the Singer by Ellie Brooks. You've got Hurry Up Harry by Sham69. You've got Fool by Chris Rea, and of course that Fool by Chris Rea ends disc 4. Moving on now to the last disc, and this of course is disc 5. You start off with Kung Fu Fighting by Cole Douglas. You've got Don't Give Up on Us by David Soul. You've got I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing by of course the New Seekers. You've got I Hear You Knocking by Dave Emeralds. You've got Some Girls by Racy. You've also got January by Pilot, and ending the final disc, and of course disc 5, is They Shoot Horses Don't They by Racing Cars. So a very strong track list on that. I like a lot of the songs on that. I'm a big fan of the 70s, and these are some really good songs. I love the cover, I love the disc artwork, and I also love the track list. I think this is definitely think this is a great album and a must buy for any fan of the 70s. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. It'd be massively appreciated if you do. Also make sure you subscribe and enable notifications to be notified every time I release a new video, and make sure to follow my Instagram, my Twitter and my Snapchat. Be just aside right there, and all the links to my social medias will be in the description down below, and make sure you go to follow up on all of them. And guys, I will see you soon for another YouTube video.